Woo! How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another episode today. Well, on the agenda is doing something we've been looking forward to be doing for quite some time, if that made any sense. We're gonna do a little catfishing. Now, we have catfished my pond before last fall, kind of when I first moved in, but we didn't really know what was in here, and since then we have stocked a lot of catfish. And so since we've stocked them, given them a little bit of time, and we stocked some big ones, some small ones, whatever it might be, I just want to see what we can get. So we've got a couple. Well, first things, we got zero gravity. That was a request of Bonzo. We have to have the zero gravity chairs, because that's what you do when you're catfishing. You just take a fat nap until you hear that bell ring. And then we've got like 4 or 5 rods. And then for bait, we've got chicken breast, we've got hot dogs. Is that it? For some reason I thought we had a lot more. I think that's it. Was there something else? I thought we had something. Yeah, that's all that's in here. Oh. For some reason I thought we came a little bit more prepared than that. Worm. Oh yeah, worms was the other thing we were thinking about, but I didn't bring any. The only reason why I didn't bring any is because I figured the bluegills would probably get to them first. From what I know for catfishing, oh, big old kegger. Good job, Mill. From what I've learned from catfishing or know about catfishing is hot dogs are a go-to, chicken breast is a go-to. The one thing that's actually like a real go-to is chicken livers. We don't have any. It's really hard to find those, but I think with hot dogs and chicken breast, we're gonna have some decent luck. So we're gonna rig up a bunch of different setups and try to do some catfishing. So kind of what I'm thinking is somewhere along here, it's weird, I can see these light spots. Can you see those? Do you have Mondo optics on? You don't. Rip. There's like a bunch of light spots out there. Can you see those, Ty?
Yeah, I see them.
I wonder what that is. They're beds. I mean, it's not that shallow, but what I'm thinking for the catfish, so again, I know nothing about catfishing, but from what my guess, oh, hey, look at Kermit right here. Look at this guy. Look, he ain't doing nothing. He's just chilling. Get him, Millie. Get him, Millie. Millie, no, look, right here. Look right there. What's he doing? Oh, are you freaking blind? Cheese and rice, that couldn't have been any closer. Anyways, what I'm thinking for catfishing is probably off this point, maybe throw some on the dam. So we have the old fish feeder, which should be working. So there could be fish, but my guess is since the channel kind of runs this way and then it goes into the dam, like this would be a nice little channel swing where they could kind of come up shallow and stuff. We're gonna try a bunch of different options, but what did you just get? Why would you eat that? Why? Let me see. Bring it here. No, get it. Get what you had. You fetch up. Fetch it up. You don't even know what that means, do you? She's useless. Anyways, we are going to be doing some catfishing, like I said, and we're just going to see what we can get. Bonzo's always hungry for catch and cook. So our goal today is to catch one catfish big enough for a catch and cook. I want to catch more than one catfish, but one that is big enough for a catch and cook. Honestly, I'm trying to think the last time I had catfish. I mean, it's probably been 5-6 years maybe. Have you
He just caught a frog.
You caught a frog?
My hand caught it.
Rick! Hey, worst case, you're on frog duty for a little catch, clean, cook, right?
Catfish like that, right?
Look at him. Oh, see you later, dude. Freaking frog whisperer. Millie, you missed him. He's gone. Wait, have you ever had catfish?
No.
You've never eaten catfish? Have you?
Caught a catfish.
Yes. You've caught catfish, you've never eaten them. Have you ever?
I've had it, not a good experience.
Oh, bad deal?
It just tastes bad. It tastes like mud.
Yeah, okay, well, let's hope we can do a little bit better than mud. Shouldn't be too hard to beat. But let's go ahead and get our dangle sticks rigged up here, and we're gonna try to do some catfish. This is just be a laid back fishing video, nothing too crazy, no animals. Yes, they're doing fine. But some videos I just, don't necessarily go do all the chores of the animals. Maybe we filmed a video this morning, did all the animal chores, and now we just get to relax and do some dangling. So before we get started, if you guys want anything from GuganSquad.com, you can get 15% off. Use promo code Flair. It could be hat, sunglasses, hoodie, baits, whatever it might be. 15% off. Link down below, promo code Flair. Let's get to dangling. So we're starting off with the old Catfish 3000 here, and I know a lot about catfishing, which is why I buy the kits from Walmart, because it comes with all the things you're gonna need for catfishing. So the rig I'm gonna try, and I'm not sure how it's gonna go, is called something along the lines of a Santee rig. Now my buddy Skylar's one that told me about this. He's like a catfish lord. He told me this is the deal. So kind of what the plan is, essentially a Carolina rig, but then you've got a bobber near your hook, so it'll float your bait. You don't want your bait on the bottom necessarily. You just want it a few inches off the bottom, so that way it stays out of the grass and the muck and stuff like that. So we're gonna try that. I've never used it before, so I just tied on a little pre-rigger. So it's got the couple beads, little weight action, and it's got this little snap swivel thing. So then what I'm gonna do to make life a little bit easier, I'm gonna reach on in here and get these pre-rigged. These are 1/0. Now I know that's fairly small, but the catfish in here aren't that big. They're not giants. I mean, there are some keggers in here, but they're not all giants. So I'm gonna start off with this, if I can figure out how to open it here. And this is basically gonna be the first rig of choice. Like I said, it's called something along the lines of a Santee rig. So right there, that hook, I know it's not too big, but I think it'll work. It'll also give us the chance of catching the small ones, because again, we're just after some fish. I want big ones, but I'm not necessarily, after. What's going on over there? You killing it? Bonzo loves himself some catfishing. So I'm gonna rig up this deal, and then basically I need to put a bobber like here, and it'll float this up off the bottom. So I don't know how big of a bobber. Do you think the catfish would see, like, do you think this is That might be the main bobber. Here's what we need to figure out. How much weight can this bobber hold? This bobber probably can't hold anything. So that's kind of part of the problem, because it's got to be able to hold up. Let's start with hot dogs. So on this first rigger, we're gonna start with some hot dogs, just good old-fashioned hot dogs. So what you'll do is take this guy about like that, just get yourself a nice chunk, thread it on the hook. God, this is gonna rip. I don't know if this is gonna stay very well. So we need something that can hold that up. I think that's a lot of weight. I think this would scare catfish, having this thing this close. So out of curiosity, let's go see what this looks like. It's not really holding it off the bottom. You know why? The weight's too close. You know, I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, work on another rig. Maybe this isn't gonna be our rig of choice. I mean, this is a decent rig here. I think the weight just needs to be like here. So you've got more leader line. You could make some more. Here, why don't I just make more leader line then? Would that make sense? As you can tell, I catfish a lot. Some old Guggen Squad 15-pound line. Take some line out, tie it to this. If you guys have any good catfishing tips, you guys let me know. So I'm just doing what, you know, I've seen on YouTube and stuff, but I'm not an expert by any means. But this is just gonna be the Bonzo rig. We're gonna call that, because this is definitely not the Santee rig or whatever that thing's called. This is a homemade deal, and it's just the Bonzo rig. Hey, what if it's like a game changer Bonzo? Yeah. There you go. Then you collect royalties off nothing. So congrats. All right, so tie that up to that. Give that a snip. Okay. So I'm gonna say forget the old number 1 size, and I'm gonna use a real catfish hook. We're going after keggers only. So here's that, and then it came with this set of catfish hooks. And that's what we're after. That's a channel. So if there's a picture of something on it, then you know that's what it's for. Now you're probably supposed to snell this, but there's 0% chance I'm gonna do that. I'm actually just gonna Palomar it. All right, so cut the tag end off this. Now let's try the old float technique. See how much line we've got now? Lots of line. So when you clip the bobber, so that's laying on the bottom. This is floating up. This is gonna be, so you gotta look at it. So that's gonna be that far off the bottom. You're gonna want your bait like here probably, right? So then your bait's about a foot off the bottom. All right, see, we're getting it figured out. Did you get a good nap in?
Yeah, the guy's getting a little toasty here.
You about to get naked? All right, you female viewers, get ready. All right, let's go throw this out. Now let's see if this floats. It should. I mean, this is quite the rig. Bonzo, you excited you're named after this one?
Yeah.
So when you got the doohickey looking like that, you know you're doing big things. All right, I say let's just throw her in. Well, it's good when you reel the swivel through the eyelet, right? My confidence is over. There's a largemouth right there. All right, so we're gonna give it a flick. Hey, you wanna bring the hot dogs? Yeah, you know. I told you we brought the wrong hot dogs. They don't have a casing, so they don't stay on. We might have to go chicken. We'll try the hot dog. I'll just try to not do that.
They fall off.
We got the wrong kind of hot dogs, Bonzo. I saw the piece. Oh, this ain't work. I've fished with hot dogs before. These don't have the casing. All right, let me just try not having the hook exposed. There we go. Okay. I think it's gonna work. I saw the hot dog was floating above.
Yeah.
The old doohickey. We're gonna let this sit. Yeah, let's put the old rod holder in. Okay. Millie, you catching the fish for us? All right, so now it's sank to the bottom. I'm gonna tighten the line up now that it's down on the bottom. All right, so when you hear that jingling-ling, it means you got a fish. Let's go get the rest rigged up. Round number 2, folks. This is gonna be the old 3 rig. This is what's gonna determine whether we throw chicken or hot dogs. It's got basically an area for 2 hooks. And so we're gonna throw, actually, let me throw a little weight on here. A little egg sinker action. Everybody loves a good old egg sinker. I'm not gonna use an egg sinker action. I'm gonna use just an old fashioned pinch weight. I'm gonna go a little bit more finesse on this one. Something that doesn't have as much weight to go right to the bottom. Something that'll give the bait more action. One thing I have seen or heard is like if your hot dog or cut bait or whatever it is, it's kind of floating around in the water versus just laying on the bottom, you got a better chance. Heads up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that technique instead of using a big old egg sinker. And then, like I said, we're gonna have chicken and hot dogs on this guy. We'll see which one the fish prefer the most. This one we're probably gonna throw right by the dock, a little bit deeper. Maybe they're used to eating that, or maybe they're under the dock for shade. So I'm gonna take these guys. These are those pre-rigged size 1, which I know is kind of small, but like I said, there's small catfish in here. Pre-rigged size 1, add that on there. Secret to catfishing success, folks, the old chicken breast. Everybody loves a good old chicken breast. You got that? You got that knife? Everybody loves a good old salmon vanilla in their face. So we're gonna, wow, these are keggers. Cheese and, okay, all right. So then we're gonna go ahead and just take a chunk. We're not gonna go big on this. About like that. So I know this is a small hook, but if they swallow it, they'll be all right. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little double hookage. Sure don't come off. Then on this one, throw a little weenie on there. Boom, the old double rig. So then we just need some weights. I guess we're gonna put a bunch of these on. Sorry, like I said, a slow sink's a good sink. The old doohickey 3000. All right, we got the old double doohickey rig going in hot. Boom. No bobber. Probably should get a bell. Whew, well, we made it to the other side. We left our dangle sticks with them jingle bell things over attached over there. So we're gonna try fishing from the dam. So we've got like that cove kind of covered, the point there. So we're gonna try to fan cast maybe like 1, 2, and 3. There is some grass that's growing up, so that might make things just a little bit difficult. But we either gotta listen for the bell or hopefully these other rods we rig up catch a fish. But I'll give you guys an update when all the rods are out, and well, stay tuned. We literally just got the rod set out. I was about to give you guys an update. I'm gonna give it the old feel. Is this proper technique? Oh, it's tight. We got a fish. I think we got one. Got one. Got one. Yep. We got a fish, boys. Oh God, I think it's a good one too.
Big one?
Oh, it's a largemouth. Oh, what's that strat? What the heck, Millie? What the heck? Even when I'm trying to catfish, I don't catch a catfish. What's the strat there, buddy? You go get him. You get him. The one time I'm not trying to catch largemouth. See you later, Rick. Thanks for playing. How do you catch a bass on that?
Was that on the chicken or wiener?
I think that was on a wiener. Who knew bass liked wieners? All right, I guess I'll put this. I'll put a wiener back on and get thrown out. But like I said, we each have a rod, and then we've got 2 over there, like you guys saw earlier. So there's 5 rods out, 1 bass down. Hopefully we get some more. Sit. We got a fish, Millie. Hold on, Millie. Hold on, Millie. Oh God. Hold on, Millie. Oh snap. The other one we got a fish on. Hey, we're getting her done right here. All right. Jason freaking got it. We got a bite. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, there was a fish. Was there not a fish? There was a fish tugging.
It was dangling,
no one.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Ty?
Yeah, I saw it.
Check that one. No, it was like womp, womp, womp. What in the?
I don't think this is the thing for today.
This ain't it, huh?
No.
We suck. All right, I'm gonna get a new wiener rigged up and toss her back out there because that was definitely a fish. We got another bite. It was on the old bobber rig. I threw a little floating wiener out there. See it? See it? See it? It's moving. See it's moving.
It's not doing anything anymore.
You think they stole it? Are they wiener thieves? They took the wiener. Told you there was a bite. Good?
We're good.
Oh, it's a big one.
Big one?
It's a big one. Dude, it's huge. It's freaking huge.
Really?
No, it's on there, bro. I got it out. Oh my God, dude, it's huge. Bro, it's huge. It's coming. Oh, it's a cat. It's Millie, watch out. All right, fishing that out. Let's go. Holy crap. I thought it was big because it was stuck in the tree.
That's an eater.
Dude, that's a perfect eater size, yes. Dude, I literally just threw this out. Also, I was like, boys, bobber's freaking gone. And the rod was like doing this. We're freaking gassed, they're just sprinting. Look at that guy. Yeah, that's dinner right there, baby.
I haven't seen you run like that since 8th grade.
Listen, guy.
To do a track.
Poppy still has it, all right? First cat, we got her. All right, well, let's go ahead and take her back. We'll have to throw another rod out here. That's a good sign. We got our first cat down on the ground, folks. Hell yeah. All right, get some Guggen Squad pliers in here. You like that wiener in your mouth, didn't you, buddy? Yep. There's your old kitty roll here. Hey, listen, Rick. There, we got him. Perfect eating size. I'll tell you what, folks. We stocked this guy full of all varieties of catfish. If I was to go after an eater size, that's about it. I mean, you could go a little bit bigger.
He's chunky.
What do you think, Mil? That's the old meow whisker guy. That'll have a nice little fillet on it. We'll get our first catfish. But hey, the night's still young. We're gonna put this guy in the old bucket and get the old dangle stick back out there for number 2.
I think I got one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it came off. Rip.
Are we toast? Is Bonzo toast?
Hey now, that's mean.
Bonzo, are you toast?
I'm not toast.
I think I'm toast. Yeah, Bonzo caught bluegills and, well, you didn't think it was worthy. It's all right.
It wasn't.
He says it wasn't.
Big.
Were they kegers?
Yeah, they're good size.
Were they really?
Eaters.
Either way, right now the video is so good that we are debating whether or not we should have put bluegill catchers in it. But we've got dangle stick 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got one over there. That's where I caught that one fish, the bobber. That way we can visually see it. You know, we freaking suck, I think. I mean, I got one, luckily, but there's nothing else going on. And I feel like, as you can see, the sun's starting to go down. This is like This is prime time to be getting them catfish fired up. So either way, we are going to be doing a catfish catch, clean, cook, because we caught the perfect size catfish. This guy right here. What are you doing, Lewis? Oh yeah, he's KO'd. Lewis ain't doing too hot. He's just chilling. But we're gonna go ahead and fillet this guy up, and I'll try to walk you guys through this a little bit and see. I mean, I don't take this as a tutorial. Okay, I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. Probably not the best way. If you guys catch a catfish and you want to know how to clean it, I would suggest finding a different video to watch. But I will walk you guys through the process, since I've actually never cleaned a catfish. So you know, if you guys never have, then you gotta watch my mistakes. But we'll leave the dangle sticks out here for a little bit. Like I said, it's about to get dark, so we're gonna get this guy cleaned up, then we're gonna head up and get him in our belly. We're all starving out here, so I'm excited for some catfish. We have not had catfish from the pond. I probably haven't had catfish in 5 years. Pool just never had catfish. And when's the last time you had catfish, Bonzo?
7 years ago.
Okay, so we're all like half a decade where we haven't had catfish before. So it might get interesting, but you guys stay tuned. All right, so we've got, what I call him?
Lewis.
Lewis. I was going Lewis. We've got Lewis here. He's seen better days. Like I said, I don't know how exactly. So here's the rib cage. You can actually feel it. That's the nice thing about these guys. They don't have scales. It's just skin. So I've heard well, there's a couple different ways you can do it. I've heard that you can cut like right here by the rib cage. Then I've also seen people that just like make a solid cut here and then go like that way. I usually just kind of give it one of these guys, cut down a little bit, cut up a little bit, and then I'm gonna run my knife down the spine, just like this. Try not to miss any of that meat. And again, I know this is not the proper technique. For today's sake, I think it'll do all right. And then once you're past the rib cage here, you can actually flip them like this and run your knife all the way through. Flip them over. You're past the rib cage now, so you can run to this side and then stop right there. And then here, I'm just gonna feather it down that rib cage here. This is just an easy way to cut the ribs out. You can do it a couple different ways, but go down. Just like that. So then, look, I didn't miss any meat right there. That's probably one of the better filleting jobs I've ever done in my life, to be honest with you. I'm pretty proud of this moment. Then, leave it attached, because then what you're gonna do, I take a sharp knife. I mean, you can have a sharp knife the whole time. I'll usually dull a knife, so then I keep a sharp knife. So then, what you're gonna do, if this is attached, otherwise you can grip it, but if it's attached, what you're gonna do is just kind of cut down to the skin. You don't wanna cut through the skin. And then you just wanna hold your knife sideways and kind of force it down. It's kind of hard because this isn't like a perfectly smooth surface. Seesaw your way down. I keep kind of checking to make sure I didn't tear through the skin. See right there, I tore through it, so make sure you don't go any further down there. Kind of butching this spot, but it's a little bit easier if you got a flat surface.
What are you eating?
Rip. That wasn't that wasn't that good, wasn't that, buddy? All right, it's not a big deal. So just give her a little flip, and you'll just want to do the same thing. You just gotta basically find a way to get the skin off. But you can do it like this too. It's not that big of a deal if you mess it up. I'm not a professional, so yep, this is an absolute botch, but we're getting her done. I do have some skinning pliers. So you think that'll work? Get a hold of the skin here. Oh, that would actually work pretty good. Boom. That's a big chunk of meat there. You know, you might have a couple little pieces here you got to clean up. You guys get the gist of what I'm doing. Listen, I'm not professional. I'm not even good. I'm like halfway decent to where I won't die in the woods if I got to clean a fish and try to eat it. But I didn't really grow up cleaning that many fish. So I try my best. All right, folks. Participation trophies here. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the other side, and I'll see you guys inside. Look at that. What's he have?
I tried to wait.
What's he got? Oh, big bluegill. Big bluegill. Big chungus.
Millie, what do you think?
Well, that's a post-spawn bluegill. Look at this. See how skinny he is?
Yeah.
Look how skinny he is. Super scrawny. Post-spawn.
Hell yeah.
Just laid its eggs. That's a post-spawn bluegill there, buddy. Bonzo's on bluegill duty at all times, so no surprise there. Anyways, like I said, see you guys inside. Boom! The old fillet's been cleaned off here. We gotta start chopping this sucker up into little fillets. So I'm kind of thinking you maybe run it this way, give it a nice even slice down the middle, about like that. So that's gonna give you 2 pieces like that. And then I'll just cut that guy in half. So that's gonna be your little fish fillet. We're gonna go chungus here. Some bigger fillets right there. These guys are pretty much already cut up. Let's cut this guy right in half. Boom. So there you have it, your catfish meat. So this is nothing new, you know, little egg wash, farm raised chicken egg. Okay, take your meat, throw it in the L bag, and just give it a little mix in. This is gonna really help that batter stick to what you're cooking. Again, this is nothing new. If you guys are, you know, long-term subscribers of the channel, you guys say this a billion times. But for those of you guys that are new, this is how I'm gonna do my first catfish. I don't think I've ever cooked catfish. I've just had a catfish a couple times, like restaurants and stuff like that when I was younger. But so go ahead and throw it in right into the flour. This is a spicy buffalo mix. Thought that would be straight up fire for the old catfish. Give it a little spice. You know, they're probably not the best tasting fish in the world, so I mean, you're gonna want to throw a little something on it, but I think this should be all right. I mean, it's a farm, I wouldn't say farm fresh, pond fresh, you know, clean water. It's not like from a muddy river or anything. So go ahead and keep a little air in there. And this is where you just give it one of these guys. Again, nothing new here. What the air does is it allows basically for the fish to, or whatever it is, the meat to kind of free flow and get a nice even coat without sticking to the sides of the bag or anything. You want to make sure every single piece is nice and coated up like that. Then, oh, our oil is popping. It's ready, folks. This is good timing. So then what you do is you take it straight from, sometimes you see us do the double dunk fish. You usually don't need a double dunk. I like just a light breading layer. So you're going to take that, lay that right in your perfectly clean frying pan, as you guys can see. Listen, we don't call it dirty, we call it seasoned here. Extra flavor. Bonds is a big fan of the extra flavor here, so go ahead and just throw your little fish fillets in your little basket. I think we should be able to get the whole catfish in here. It's gonna be a full fish basket. I think that might be it. So there's your meat going right into the grease. Oh yeah. Listen to that freaking sizzle, folks. Boom. Give it a little jiggle, make sure it doesn't stick. Then you just wait for them to get golden crispy and for them to float. Once they're floating and they're golden crispy, you guys are good to go. Look at them golden crispies. Give them the old flick here, the old jiggle. You're gonna take these guys and throw them onto a plate. You can throw them on a napkin or something to absorb some of that grease, but there's really not too much on there. It looks pretty freaking good. Let these guys cool off so they don't burn your mouth. We're gonna try this catfish and put this meat in our mouth, Bonds. Are you excited?
Yes, sir.
You want spicy buffalo? You want spicy buffalo catfish? They'll give you the we can't have that. Nobody wants that. I'll give you a little piece, but you can't tell Mom. Don't tell Mom. All right, so here we go, Bonzo. All right.
You're going in first. You caught it.
All right, I'm going with Chungus. Wow. That's a thick boy. It's a thick man right there. Look at them grimy fingernails. That's gross. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Oh,
I knew it was way too hot. That's why I let you go first.
Okay. Wow. Absolutely fire.
Really?
Absolutely
I'm gonna wait like 1 minute.
Boom.
This does look like a fire piece right here. It's flaky.
I'm not gonna lie. I would take this over bluegill any day. I'm not even lying. You stick that meat in your mouth and you tell me what you think.
That's flaky.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's very flaky.
I'd say it's similar to bluegill.
Yeah, no, it's fire.
I like it.
I would say out of all the fish I've eaten out of my pond, this is my favorite. I think it's because the fillets are thick enough where you get a nice chunk. Look at that.
Seconds.
Meaty bite. Not fishy, flaky, spices on point.
I agree.
I would say this is the best fish we've catch and cook we've done at the pond.
I agree.
Hands down. All you catfish lovers, I would take over bluegill. I would take this over bluegill. I've had bass, like maybe besides like walleye and maybe like giant crappie, dude. I kind of like it though.
I'm very surprised. I thought catfish was like crap.
It's up there. It's probably my top 3 fish. Like I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to say this is better than walleye and crappie, but like not gonna lie, close. I would probably prefer this over those two. Not even gonna lie, these are absolutely fire. Billy, you wanna bite? You gotta sit. Can you stand? You stand. Stand. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. There you, oh, there you held it. It's a little warm. Take a little bite. Did you even taste that? That was a good dog. Is that yummy? It's surprisingly way better than I thought it would be.
That is really good.
Yeah, it doesn't taste even fishy at all.
No.
Like it's way better than I thought it would be.
What do you think, Florida boy? Does it compare to you?
Yeah, I mean you eat a lot of fish.
I mean,
it's no
I don't know
fish.
No, it's not no redfish. It kind of is just its own thing. It doesn't really compare to like any other fish.
I like it better than I like it better than bluegill though. Bluegill's like too light and flaky. This actually gives you like meaty substance.
Yeah, it's more.
It's a meat,
it's
like
more chewy.
Yeah, it's like a chewier something or another. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. First time ever. Millie, do you need some water? It was a little spicy, wasn't it? I tried to give you like a little bit without breading, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, folks. I will say, if I have to go catch a fish to eat in the pond, I'm going after freaking catfish. It's still kind of hot. Like I said, it's a meaty bite. Like something about the little bluegill fillets that are really thin. They're not bad, but like the meat to breading ratio, I feel like this is the deal right here. I think this is, I don't know, something about it.
Yeah.
For me, it's up there. It's high. It's high on the list of catch and cooks we've done. I will say if I catch another catfish that size, gonna be pretty tough to put that sucker back. I will say pretty freaking delicious. But if you guys have any tips for catfishing, tips for cleaning catfish, or tips for cooking catfish, you guys drop them in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. But I feel like it was a good time because we finally, for the first time ever, caught and landed a catfish at the pond and ate it, and I'm happy about it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to get anything Guggen Squad related, be this hat, sunglasses, hoodie, whatever it might be, baits 15% off using promo code Flair. It'll be linked down below if you guys want to go check it out. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. I didn't even say what I was supposed to say. Yeah.